there by Drini. And then you talked about this INT where he's just shadowing him and he throws it anyway.
Yeah, well, he just threw the ball too late. The user was there underneath. He lost track of the user, and Drini, he has a fantastic user, was able to make the interception, get 3 more points before the half, and get that lead.
Yeah, 49-yard field goal. They would decline the offsides, and that's what's brought us to a 9-7 ball game, RG.
Yeah, and you got to remember, last time these guys faced off at the Madden Challenge, it was a low-scoring affair in the first half, and then Drini was able to capitalize fully in the second half. So Kiv's got to remember that. He's going to try his best to make sure there's no deja vu of that, and the way he does that is come out in the second half with a strong opening drive. This is going to be a big drive from the Kiva to start the second half.
Yeah,
well, we got
come out and get 7.
Has to get 7. Yeah. We got Rico in the Players Lounge for game number 2. What's going on over there, buddy?
Hey, thanks, Scott. VY Electrify and Crush are putting on a show in the first half. Let's take a look. One of the most interesting first halves of Madden we've seen. VY did not throw a pass the entire first half. And as you can see, it started off early with Crush on the ground, taking that early 7-0 lead. But VY came right back, pounded it in, tied the game up, and then completely took control of the rest of this with defense. As you can see, he was able to get that fumble, and what did he do? He took it to the house. Look at that little bit of stick work, made him miss, and then brought it on home to give him a 14-7 lead. He went ahead, added another 3 points to take a 17-7 lead. RG, problem, Scott. Have you ever seen a half where he never threw a pass and is dominated like this?
That's pretty new, unique, even for this guy right here.
Yeah, I've had some halves probably that are close to that. Run the ball, run that clock
I remember
out.
seeing a few fullback dives.
Yeah.
And even when I close my eyes, I still see some fullback dives from you.
Madden 09, you used to catch the ball and run back to your own 5-yard line just so you had more clock to milk, more time to milk the clock. That's the closest I've seen to anything like that. But
I love the emotion over there, though. The stumble recovery with the big play. So that's what's going on over on Mixer right now. We still got a hell game, 9-7. And you mentioned Kiv's going to get it first, and a touchdown would be huge.
Yeah, he has to come out and get. I think he has to get a touchdown, but 3 is okay too. You know, he's helped Drini to 3 field goals. You know, if he can continue to play, bend but don't break defense, he'll be all right.
One thing that's for sure too, with these players, when you're dealing with players at this high of a caliber, neither one of them is ever out of the game, and they're going to fight the whole way through.
Oh, not at all. Not in this 2-point game, and not in that game with Crush and VY. Crush is not out of that game either. So these guys are the best of the best, and they're here for a reason. They can come back from 10 points, 20 points, all that.
And Hill can't hang on. Boy, that was a big hit.
Yeah, it was. Crushed over the middle, 2nd and 10.
Drini just continuing to send goons and force Kiv into a max protectile offense, which only allows him to send 3 routes out there on the field if he wants to pick up that blitz.
2nd down from the 25. Opening drive, we've got some movement on the left end.
Yeah, aggressive. There it is. Kiv finally caught him. Kiv going to hopefully get him off aggressive in his mind. We'll see if Drini comes off that, because we saw in beast mode in his group games, he did not.
He wasn't having
that.
it.
Yeah, beast mode wasn't budging.
Of course, he's also what we're doing right now, watching.
That's a good way to gather yourself with your Kiv, though. He thought about it at halftime and then made the adjustment. Benefits from it early.
Have you guys seen this? Where he's basically standing off sides.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I don't know how he knows how far he can be.
Yeah.
3rd and 4. You don't want to do it on this down. Trying to get a stop here from the 31.
That's the user defender right there. That's who Kiv's got to pay attention to. That's who Drini's trying to cause havoc with.
Wilson just slings it outside. That's going to be close. Should be enough. And it will be. That'll move the chains. First down at the 36-yard line.
And even though he's moving the ball a little bit, it's just not. It doesn't look comfortable. Drini has him out of his comfort zone, sending pressure, playing over the top coverage, just making him check down to all these whip routes, drag routes, and all that.
Yeah, his touchdown drive was 10 plays, nearly 4 minutes. So Drini's not going to give up the big play. He'll do that all day long, just hoping for a hit stick.
Yeah, that right there was a little bit better for Kiv. It was wide open, saw it immediately, hit the flat pass, picked up 11 yards. Another first down for Kiv.
Shaquem Griffin that hit Wilson as he threw. Just shy of midfield now. New set of downs. Russell on the gun.
And he's in that max protect offense again. He's only sending out 3 routes right here.
Might have him.
Brings 4. One-on-one. It's nearly picked off.
Bad break for Drini. Should have been picked off. Kiv, risky throw. I thought he had him. Unfortunately, he didn't. But Drini with the bad break right there at the end of the day with the dropped interception.
Looked like Kiv threw that just a little bit too late.
Yeah, it didn't look like he let him enough either.
Yeah, definitely lucky break right there for Kiv.
And he has Russell Wilson, who is mobile, but in mud draft, he doesn't have the greatest arm. It's not like a Derek Carr or a Josh Allen arm that he has with that Russell Wilson. So you got to wonder if throw power played a factor on that throw as well.
I mean, are we willing to say maybe the worst of the 16 quarterbacks we have?
Kirk Cousins. Oh, in this tournament.
Oh, in the tournament. I think this might be the worst quarterback that we have.
Who, Russ?
No disrespect to him.
I'm taking Russ over Darnold.
Darnold.
Oh, Darnold, yeah.
Darnold. But
it's been okay for Prodigy.
He went 3-0 with Darnold, though.
Yeah.
So there's some respect. Oh, my.
And that's what we were talking about with Drini. That's the real-life defense to a drag route. Go ahead, throw it underneath, but you're going to get your bell rung. And Drini rang Kiv's bell right here, and now we got ourselves a situation.
4th and 4.
Biggest play of the game thus far.
This is it, boys. This is huge.
Spread left.
Budge to the left. More solo to the right. Got to get your drag on.
4-man rush.
Has A.
Too late.
Finally throws
Too
it.
late again.
And it's knocked away by Drini.
It continuously looks like it's open, though, and his safety is getting there with enough speed. Not sure who that was right there in the pass breakup, but he's getting there, breaking that
Is
play.
that Gilmore back there?
I believe so.
Yeah, he does start Gilmore at one of those safety positions.
7:34.
Big number 24 with those dreads. Making plays. Wheels him up. One-handed grab for Julio.
Carr 12 of 15 for Drini. Good passing game so far.
Goes over the century mark. And the passing game for the day. Leads by 2. He has yet to break the plane. 3 field goals. And here comes the heat.
Yeah, good pressure right there. DRC off the edge, able to sack Drini, force a 2nd and 15.
I believe Drini's got the Stephon Gilmore, 95 overall, and the Adoree Jackson, 93 overall with 94 speed at his safety spot. So a lot of speed back there at the safety position for Drini.
Yeah, Gilmore a beast back there.
Don't sleep on Adoree either with that 94 speed.
Carr looking, throwing to the sideline, and Gurley can't get there.
Yeah, Chancellor matched up on Gurley there. Guarded it long enough to make it a 40-plus yard throw, really, after the scramble left. So 3rd and 15 now for Drini in a tough spot.
Yeah, big play for Kiv, too. Keep Drini out of field goal range. Keep yourself in a situation where a field goal gets you the lead. Another big play after big play in this game. And what do you expect when you got 2 of the biggest names on the circuit going at it?
Carr, that's the one-handed grab again. That's going to be close to field goal range.
Yeah, he's in field goal range, and that was a big catch right there. Setting up a 52-yarder with the wind.
Does have the wind behind him. Here's the hold, the kick, it's up, and it is good. What for young Kiv, he's held to 4 field goals. Touchdown still takes the lead.
Yeah, one thing to note too, if Kiv does go out and get a touchdown and Drini has that drive to get a field goal, that win will be against them in the fourth quarter. So it does tend to, make a difference, late in the game.
And that's something simple that most people won't even pay attention to. But like you said, it's something pivotal to pay attention to. Because it could be such a factor later on.
Yeah, it makes a big difference if you're on that verge of thinking you're in field goal range, and all of a sudden
the wind.
You look to kick a field goal and that wind is going against you. You have to be mindful of it as a player.
That's a good tip right there from the GOAT himself.
Hey, we built a brand new studio. Can we put the games in the dome yet? Second and 1.
9-yard pickup.
I find it funny when everybody complains about wind. Oh my God, there's wind. It's like we're professional Madden gamers here. We should be able to deal with a little bit of wind if necessary.
Yeah, I see the player side though. Having to deal with the randomness of the wind. It's like one game you can make a 56-yarder, and the next game you can't make a 52-yarder because there's 8-mile-per-hour wind.
I get it, Prob. How do you think the Colts feel when they go to New England and all of a sudden you're in a snowball game when you play half your season in the dome? I feel like you got to be ready for multiple situations and be willing to get out of your comfort zone if you want to be the best of the best. That's just my opinion.
I think RG just told you.
No, I'm just going to keep playing devil's advocate because RG knows we never play with snow out here. So if that was the case, why don't we ever play with snow?
Look at the spin.
Are you saying we need snow?
No, I'm telling you, we don't need no weather.
Snow coming in Madden 20. Be a problem.
No, not at all. Not me. Kiv able to run the ball here. That's what's interesting. It's not his passing game moving the ball, it's his run game. So see if Drini can tighten up on defense.
So 1st and 10 at the 33. He has
Going
not
to another run.
Thrown the ball well today. Had the tackle pulling around.
Yeah, this is surprising to see Kiv switch his game plan to a run style. You really don't see Kiv do that too often. But he's going to take this to the fourth quarter, it looks like, and put your 4s up, Prescott.
Yeah, maybe part of this is he just wants to use as much clock as possible. He knows Drini's going to get it back. Doesn't want to give it back to him with the lead for sure. And yeah, why not? Put your ham sandwiches down, put your 4s up. 12-7. Not the game we were expecting. We knew it'd be close, but maybe a little more high scoring when you got young Kiv in the ball game.
Yeah, and his offense has struggled today. In the group stage, we saw it struggle. We saw him lose a couple games. And in this game, it's struggling a little bit against Drini. Gonna have to get it together here.
Well, we mentioned the amount of time these guys have played. And the challenge young Kiv actually won the first game. And then when they got to the final, Drini, I mentioned that wheels came off. He put up, I believe, 34 points in the second half. Drini did in that 18 challenge. And of course, in the bowl, young Kiv got the last lap.
Yeah, the bowl, both of them getting belts last year, huge for them. Such great young players in our e-sport, and couldn't be happier for both of them.
5 minutes to decide who is moving on and who is going home. Of course, Drini from DC, Kiv from Seattle, just outside.
95. Hey, over here.
And at some point, needs to make a run if he's going to be around for the Madden Bowl. And gain of none. I think that's won't be a sack. It'll be a rush for 0.
Big third.
Yeah, huge 3rd and 9 coming up. I can't see Kiv settling for 3 here.
14. 19.
Drini's going to be at the Madden Bowl. The question is, will young Kiv still have the last chance qualifier looming out there, but you don't want to bank on that.
Wow. Oh, no. Not what you wanted to do if you're the kiver, but that just shows you how important this 3rd and 9 play is, boys.
Yeah, you want your best play out there. You don't want to force something, get stuck in a play call, and just snap it because you don't want to burn a timeout. So
you have to take advantage of this right now if you're Kiv, especially wasting that timeout. Go, Russ! Uh-oh!
Oh, no.
He's gonna... Wow!
No.
9 times out of 10, that ball comes out on that second hit.
And what's crazy is it looks like Drini stripped it. He looked like he had a strip animation, and Russ fought off a defender and then took the hit from a second defender and didn't fumble the ball.
Shea Kivlin, Drini Joka, 4th and 5 with 4 minutes to go.
This is bananas right here. This is huge. If you're the kiver, you need to stand up for yourself right here.
Russ, what a laser, and it's a first down at the 20.
Big dive. Both players in these stress spots. It's always interesting to see how they handle it, and both players with so much on the line. Big play after big play. 1st and 10 for Kiv.
And that was good ball by both of them. Good read by Kiv, but then good stick work by Drini to get a hit after the catch. Give himself a chance for the knockout, just a little too late.
Yeah, just a little bit behind on the play. And pitch left right here or dive.
Looks like dive.
Yeah, he wants to work more of this clock. I mean, this might be the final drive of the game. I don't think he can fully pull it off. There's Lewis. Why not? He's in. Oh, man. At the 1-yard line. So close.
So close. So he cannot run the whole clock out in this 4th. It's interesting to see if he kind of goes fast here, or if he slows it down, because in the sense he's going to be clocking himself too.
I think you just punch it in. Punch it in right here.
If you clock this down so much, you know, and Drini gets in field goal range, you know, you're not going to have no time left, you know. And vice versa, if you score fast and Drini happens to break a big play, you still have some time. So,
what I'm curious, I'm going to assume Kiv's going to get in right here for 6. Does he have a 2-point conversion play to give himself the 3-point lead?
And Saquon will walk in, and now we'll see what he does.
This is going to be
He's going.
This is going to be big right here. These are the little plays that can win or lose high-level Madden football games.
It looked like he was messing around in goal line.
Yeah. He's out in goal line.
He tossed earlier, and Drini's ready for the toss, so this can't be tossed.
14.
He might just give it to Saquon.
And he will give it to Barkley. No, sir. 2-point conversion failed, and so it's just a 1-point game. 2:48 to go, and Drini's got to get it back.
Huge stop there from Drini. Kiv tried to punch it in, unable to do so, and now all the pressure on this drive here. Whose defense? Is it defense from Kiv or is it offense from Drini? I guess we'll find out. That's not typically what we're talking about. We're usually talking about them on the other side of the ball, but now their weaker side has to come out here and make a stop or get a drive together for Drini.
Well, that's a great point. 1st and 10.
7:34. Go Chiefs.
Single elimination here in the wild card round. Win or go home. Carr. B's wide open. Julio, can he make a man miss? And he'll just give himself up at the 47-yard line. Clock on the move.
Yeah, very smart to get down inbounds right there and work that clock. Go out of bounds, you have to call 2 plays on this side of the 2-minute warning. Since he stayed in bounds, he only has to call 1 more play on this side. Look for a run here from Drini to take it to the 2-minute warning.
808.
He's going to flip the bunch.
Inside zone.
Kiv's going to adjust his line. And, yeah, there's nothing there, but somehow gets the fall forward to midfield.
Yep, inside zone. Pretty much expected that call from Drini there. Takes it to the 2-minute warning. And now Drini just looking to get in the field goal range. But remember, we talked about earlier, that wind. Does he know that the wind is against him in this 4th quarter?
So where do you think he's got to get to, knowing there's a 4-mile-an-hour wind in his face?
To be safe, I'd probably want to set up for, you know, less than 52 at this point.
So,
you know,
33-yard line, 34, somewhere in there.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Go Chief.
Just to be completely safe.
734. White.
How at halftime,
4 field goals. 4 field goals.
Your mind. Low.
Could one more be the one that sends them on to the next round? And no, that's not what you need.
Sacked on the play. You cannot lose 11 yards right there. And 3rd and 17. Kiv knows you have to pass deep here. If you're Drini, what I'm doing in this spot is I'm just getting half. I know my opponent is expecting a big play. I'm trying just to hit, you know, something underneath, just half of it, and then go get the rest on the next down.
Look at how many guys he had in the box. Carr's gonna
wide open.
Stop and pop. And T.Y.
Big dot there from Drini.
Into field goal range, too. And now the Kiva with only 1 timeout.
He said T.Y. Hilton is so fast. You said he ran the perfect defense, and he just ran away from the coverage.
Yeah, Drini gonna run the ball here. Another first down. He'll be able to clock it down. But as it stands, Kiv has to hold him and make him kick that ball with time on the clock.
It's got to be all runs.
Do you use the timeout? Yeah, to stop the clock. I was gonna say
they lost 2 yards.
Maybe you want to
remember
save it
the
to
wind.
ice the
I'm
kicker.
telling you, remember the wind.
I might have saved that timeout to ice the kicker just in case, but he's going to make sure he gets this ball back with a little bit of time if he can prevent the first down.
Yeah, the problem is you're trying to get a first down here. You throw an incomplete pass.
Yeah,
just save them 30 seconds.
Kiv did just make it very
You got to run. You got to get some yards. There's the 34. I'm not sure I don't sneak it here.
Yeah, you got to run the ball if you're Drini. If you throw it, you don't get it, you're going to give Kiv way too much time, I feel like, and all he's going to need is a field goal. So I think you have to run here.
This will take us under a minute. Drini trailing by 1. 2 belt winners.
As of right now, that 2-point conversion play could end up being the difference. Drini can convert here, get himself a field goal. Easier said than done.
There's the motion. Gurley will fall forward to the 33.
Yeah.
And here we go, folks. Buckle up. It's a 50-yarder. He's going to have a 4-mile-per-hour wind in his face.
Likely a $2,500 kick right here for Drini.
There you see the win. So young Kiv should have about 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, he's going to have some time. Drini got to knock this through. He should be in range here. Should be a kick he can make.
The kick is up, and it is right down the middle. Would have been good from 52 or so. And he takes a 2-point lead. 5 field goals.
Wow. 21 seconds left.
Potentially young.
And you see who's back there.
Here comes Tyreek.
Here we go. The defending Ultimate League champions, Madden Ball Life, potentially on the line here. 18 seconds down by 2, boys. This is going to be it.
Can you dial up a dot?
If you're Drini, nothing over the top, and you got to force everything to the middle of the field here. 0 timeouts for Kiv.
Not much you can do here. Prob, what are you thinking?
Got to go for it all here, and if you can't get out of bounds, that's big. You got to get it to at least the 40 to give yourself a chance. You do have the win, so I think the 40 is okay.
So you got to think the ideal here.
There's an offsides too. Wow.
Big. That's big.
Yeah, if you're Drini, you cannot give a free 5 yards there. He needs 20. I would say he needs 28 yards to 30 yards here on this play. If he gets that, he's going to be in field goal range. He has enough time to get to the huddle, get his field goal unit out there.
But one of those deep corner routes that Michelle is on might be the move. course, watch for Tyreek coming up the sideline as well.
Now he motioned that corner out. He turned it into a post, Scott.
Uh-oh.
Drini sent 6 people.
The Goons are coming.
And he'll throw that on the run. Boy, he could have caught that, got out of bounds.
Yeah,
That would have been huge.
Yeah, but great pressure there from Drini. Sent it. Kiv, I don't think he really expected him to get that aggressive there on defense. Drini takes 4 seconds off the clock.
Should have the opportunity to interview the winner at the conclusion of this one. 2nd and 5. Wilson. Looking, throwing away, and maybe he's down to his last play.
Yeah, now you have to get out of bounds. So the scenario changed. These 2 plays prior, he didn't have to get out of bounds if he got enough yards. Now, if he even gets to the yardage that he needs, he has to be out of bounds. So Drini got to be outside right here and play out of bounds.
Just 8 seconds left. Needs to find somebody coming across the field here. And he will keep Barkley in the block. 3 seconds now.
Great user.
And he will have one more play.
Yeah, great user. Kiv tried to bait him by sending the playmaker up the field, hoping Drini would follow him. Drini didn't fall for it, knowing that he couldn't allow the crossing route to get out of bounds. Followed him and forced the incomplete pass. 4th and 5.
Does Kiv have a little bit of magic in his back pocket here? Got to take it all the way to the end zone. Woo! We've seen some pass interference plays too.
Smart by Drini to go to a 3 deep right
He just
there.
ran him. So he didn't even get a playoff.
Yeah, that's going to be it.
Oh, man.
That's going to be it. No timeouts. So it'd be a 10-second runoff when you only have a second. Even I can do that math.
Oh, man.
And there is Drini Joka. Can he kick it? Yes, he can. 5, in fact. Tells his mom over text that he won. And he's coming over here to join us here at the desk. Drini, bandana it up. Maybe the hugest Eagles fan I've ever met in my life is joining us at the desk. Getting set up by our audio guy, Steve. Drini, well, no touchdowns, my friend, but you get the dub.
I mean, it was a defensive game. I guess we both drove down the field, but we just couldn't get that touchdown. I had like 4 field goals, so, next game I got to be better in the red zone.
Yeah, and I thought your first drive when you gave yourself up, I thought that might have came back to haunt you.
Oh, yeah.
You thought you were going to get the first down and fall forward.
Mm-hmm.
You ended up falling backwards, so I thought that was a mistake. But other than that, you played good defense, and looked like you were well prepared.
Yeah,
He doesn't wear a headset at home. He sits on the couch.
I mean, I feel like I played a pretty good game besides I think the 2 passes that, could have been picked by Kiv. He dropped both, and I caught him. And so I think that was a big difference in the game. If he caught those, it could have been in his favor. He could have won this game. So, I'm lucky.
When you look back at it, for me, it was that interception right before the half. That was a huge swing for you to get those points. Ended up being the difference.
Yeah, I mean, that was the difference between being up in the game and then being down in the half. If he was up, he could play that game totally different, knowing that he was up and he could just play clock management. But since I was up 2 because of that pick, he had to be the aggressor, and he had he made mistakes after that.
Drini, rough start to the day. You lost your first game.